Here's what happens on Thursday night. Thursday night is basically their season again. Their season was yesterday. Now they get a chance to do it again. Right now, they're about a 50-50 shot. It's like 52 or 3%, something like that. If they win, it jumps up to 76% that they go to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. If they lose, it drops to 14. It's a 62% swing one way or the other. So that is absolutely everything. If they do win, the Lions play the Vikings on Sunday. If the Lions beat the Vikings, the Rams move up into the 6. The Lions are in the 3. And you're going to get Matthew Stafford potentially going back to Detroit to play a playoff game as a Super Bowl champion against Jared Goff, who the Rams said, look, we love you.
You're just not good enough.
But we also need you to get the hell out of here. We need you to leave. In fact, take these 2 draft picks with you just so the other guy will take you. It would be by far the best first-round matchup that you could get because of the history between
Tremendous storyline. I mean, I know they got to get there. It's funny. I was listening to McVay postgame, and somebody says, have you dare thought about the P word, right? Playoffs.
What did he say?
And McVay's like, not at all. We got a game coming up in 4 days, and that you just right now all we got in our mind is New Orleans, which it's not. He's not going to say much more than that.
Sure.
At least that's typical Sean McVay. But we're already starting the storyline here. LA Times already has an article out right now saying, this could be the Lions. The NFL is sitting back and saying, guys, should we start working on some promos here? Can we start working on promos? But that, there's 2 ways to look at it. I'm sure there's a part of this where if you're the Lions, you're saying, we got to go up against the Rams in the first round. The only other way to look at it, and I know their coach is he's a little bit out there, but he's going to use this as added motivation. How fantastic would it be, too, for Goff to say, let me get a shot at these guys. Now, if you lose that game, it completely goes the other way, but it's also a redemption. I get a chance to go up against my former team.
Whatever happens, it's amazing. Because let's say the Rams go in and win. It's just
Stafford doing it there too.
I was going to say
finally winning a game there.
Yeah, and it doesn't validate Matthew because Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl.
Already been validated.
There's but it's one of those. Yeah, look, we're still winning this trade, right? If the other thing happens, if the Lions were able to win that game, the Lions can say, "Hey, thanks for everything you did. You got your Super Bowl. This is great, but we've moved on to the next thing.
Yeah,
and we've got our guy. And Sean McVay and Jared Goff both make nice. They both say the nice things about each other. But look, they dumped him. And it very clearly was the Rams and Sean McVay saying, no more. We can't do this anymore. Jared Goff is going to carry that around with him forever because you were told you're not good enough here anymore.
And the other team cashed it in.
Yeah, and immediately in year one. And if he loses that, it's like they were right. And I know that these guys are wired differently than you and me. They're professional athletes, but they're like, they dumped me, and then they just came in and beat me. And the Lions have been all year long. Lions are really good. The Rams have been like, hey, do the Rams stink? Are they going to get into it? And hey, are they pretty good? To, oh, man, they're firing on every last cylinder.
We're jumping weeks ahead, but how can you not? Because that could potentially be that matchup. Now, they, like you just said, their chances of making the playoffs right now, it's still about 50-50. Now, they win on Thursday. How much that's going to change as well?